Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Kazi here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day and I like to give you some great reasons to get down to your local comic shop and pick up something fun to read. It's a big, huge week. All the publishers brought their A-list. I'm going to start with the Marvel guys. There's like 1 million Secret Wars books this week. Here's 1602. Went and saw Neil Gaiman out in San Francisco last night. Speaking of 1602, you should totally pick this book up because it's got Angela, and you should pick up the trade paperback of the first series because it's written by Neil Gaiman, who's awesome. Captain America and the Mighty Avengers is your Secret War tie-in book. Captain Marvel and the Carol Corps, that's your first issue of that one, along with your first issue of Ghost Racers, a Ghost Rider team-up book. How cool is that? Inferno is your X-Men book of the week, along with being a Battle World book. Inhumans, The Return of Marvel Zombies. You love some Marvel Zombies. If for some reason you're the only person on Earth who has not picked up the first trade paperback to this series, you should grab it because it's hilarious and awesome. And pick up this week's Marvel Zombies Secret War tie-in. Mrs. Deadpool gets her own book this week with the Howling Commandos. Secret Wars $20.99. But wait, there's more. Secret Wars Journal. Boy, it just keeps coming. How about Spider-Verse with Spider-Gwen there on the cover? More about her in a minute. Ultimate End #2. And last but definitely not least is Weird World. Cool Marvel title from back in the day, getting its resurgence as part of all the Secret Wars stuff. 13 Secret Wars books in all, so check your checklists. A lot of Spider books this week. Silk has been picking up a lot of momentum since its first issue. There's Felicia Hardy there on the cover. You know why we love Felicia Hardy. The aforementioned Spider-Gwen, one of the biggest books Marvel has right now. All this Spider-Verse stuff has been super popular. Silver Surfer by my man Mike Allred. Dig me some Silver Surfer. Dig anything from Mike Allred. And your Star Wars book of the week wraps up your Marvel stuff. This is Canon, The Last Padawan. Don't need to tell you how popular all the Star Wars stuff is. Don't talk a lot about trade paperbacks, but I want to make a quick plug for this Ant-Man Scott Lang trade that's out this week. Big old chunky book, has all of his early appearances, the Marvel premieres, the early issues of Avengers, all that good stuff. The trailers are getting more and more popular. A lot of talk about this Ant-Man guy. So pick up this trade and check out his first and early appearances. That's a lot of fun. Not necessarily a huge week for the DC guys, but it's definitely Batman week, which is always awesome. This is Batman 41. Follows up, of course, from the huge events in Batman 40. If you missed the free comic book day Divergence thing that feeds into this, we've got a few copies left. Joker covers on all your books, DC books this week. That's your Batman Joker cover. Detective Comics Joker cover. Batman Superman. Harley Quinn. Of course she gets a Joker cover. New Suicide Squad. Of course there's a B or an A cover, I should say, standard to all these books, but DC has theme variants all the time. Catwoman also out this week. Gotham Academy. And DC's got a whole bunch of new #1s this week, launching a lot of post-New 52 stuff. Starfire is a character that's deserved her own book forever. She's finally got a new #1. Red Hood and Arsenal get a new #1. Obviously, they've broken up his team. Now everybody has a book. Earth 2 Society. Again, sort of the post-convergence, post-New 52 expanded universe DC stuff. Constantine gets a new series. Even though his show's canceled, his books are still popular. We love him here in Comic Land. And Section 8 is a new #1 by Garth Ennis. If you don't know who Garth Ennis is, Google him and check out his stuff, unless you're easily offended, in which case you should never read anything from Garth Ennis. Great week for the DC guys. Not a huge week for my friends at Dark Horse. There's no Mike Mignola book to talk about, which makes me sad and lonely. But I will mention Midnight Society, because Dark Horse does a great job with all kinds of things, and horror is what they do best. I always recommend folks have a Dark Horse book on their list. And they also do cool things like this guy. This is Tales from the Crypt Archive Volume 1. Don't need to tell you what Tales from the Crypt is. Goes without saying, it's one of the greatest comics of all time. Dark Horse does an excellent job of collecting classics and putting them in anthologies, really nice format books like this. So like I say, everybody should have a Dark Horse book on their list because they're awesome. Huge week for the Image guys. Is Walking Dead your favorite Image book? Is Saga your favorite Image book? Is Nameless your favorite Image book? Or like me, is Black Science your favorite Image book? The answer to those questions is yeah, probably. And they're all out this week. Some of the best names in comics putting these books together. Oops, maybe Chrononauts is your favorite Image book because that's by Mark Miller. Birthright is really solid and doesn't sell quite like those other books, but maybe that's just because those folks aren't reading Birthright yet. So check that out and see what all the hubbub's about. And Descender is another one of the up-and-coming Image books. They have a ton of titles that gain readership every week. So if you don't have an Image book on your list, you're probably missing out on something awesome. Sword of Sorrow is my Dynamite book of the week because it's got Vampirella, always talking about the great job Dynamite does with their property stuff. And the Swords of Sorrow book is a great way to check out be introduced to characters that you might not know. Bill and Ted is my Boom Studios book of the week because I'm a huge fan of, no, I can't even say it with a straight face. It's Keanu Reeves, but I still love Bill and Ted. And a great week for kids' books. You know I love anything Avengers and haven't had too many Avengers books to talk up, so I'm going to talk up the all-ages one because, well, this one's got Captain America. And Regular Show, because I love me some Regular Show. Little Mordecai and Rigby and death going on right there. Just as hilarious as the cartoon. The comics are great. And Scooby-Doo, or I'm sorry, Uncle Scrooge, is my Disney book of the week. Great to see Disney coming back. Mickey Mouse is not out yet, but we got Uncle Scrooge, we got Donald Duck, so you can definitely catch up on your Disney fun. As you can see, there's tons and tons of books, so check those shipping lists. Make sure you don't miss anything. Get down to your shop, pick up something super awesome. That's all we got for you for this week. Check us out at Facebook. Check us out at blackhatcomics.biz. Check out our cool YouTube channel, or just get on down here to Rockin' Milpitas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.